Welcome to another episode of the Apocalypse, starring Leon Scum, Donny Shitbags, Vivek the Swami Ramaswamy, Kosh the Sociopath, Patel, and last but not least, Christy the Canine Killer. NeoN. I am your guide, Nicholas. The neon is on the wall. I was going to do a video. My next video was going to be, can you see the writing on the wall? And what I was going to talk about was Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough going to visit Donnie Shitbags, kissing the ring because they're scared shitless. I don't care what they say publicly. Unity, blah, 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 blah. No, they're scared shitless. That was the first indicator, or one of the early indicators after Donnie won, of writing on the wall that we should all be paying attention to. What's up with that? Two hosts that have talked a lot of shit on Donnie over the years all of a sudden went to go kiss the ring out of nowhere. What does that tell you, children? That tells you motherfuckers are scared, and that's not a good thing, despite your elementary rubery mind. It's not a good thing. You don't want to start that, unfair type of stuff, because it's always going to come back around to you. So the first indicator I was going to list as writing on the wall was when Joe and Mika Brzezinski all of a sudden out of nowhere decide to go kiss the ring because they're scared shitless. That's my analysis on that. Then Biden pardoning his son. That was the real wake-up call. This type of shit's unprecedented. There's a reason Biden did it, and it ain't because he's crooked. Because all you crooked motherfuckers out there calling him crooked, he allowed his son to go through all this. And I know, in my heart, that man was not going to pardon his son. Why? Because he believes in the American experiment. Biden's one of those true believers. That's why he allowed his son to face all this, and he didn't step in when he could have stepped in any minute. Again, there's another entity that did that. Maybe you've heard of him. So one more time, Biden had the power and did not use it. That is wisdom at the time. The scenario changed. Donnie started hiring abject sociopaths, or nominating abject sociopaths like Kosh Patel. Kosh is a sociopath obsessed with Hunter Biden. Joe realized, I believe Joe was going to leave office without pardoning his own son. I believe that. I think he really meant to do that. Why? For America. A concept so few of you out there understand. That type of sacrifice. As evil men are coming for your child. Again, like I said about Mr. Biden before, he's on a level morally that most humans will never reach. Most humans would not have been able to let their son go through any of that. And don't dare question if Biden loves his son. Just don't dare. We're not talking about Donnie Shitbags here, who wants to sleep with his own daughter. And he could care less about any of his sons. He hangs out with Elon more than them. Every day, all day at Mar-a-Lago. I guess Putin gave Elon the duty to watch Donnie Shitbags. He's getting a little unhinged. A little out of control with the dementia, etc. And the Adderall, I guess. I don't know. It ain't good. So I personally perceive the situation, Musk being at Mar-a-Lago all the time, basically living there lately. Someone wants him to keep an eye on Donnie. Why do you think he's there? And by someone, I think you know who I'm talking about. The guy that owns Donnie. That has owned him for decades. So again, the video I was going to do is going to talk about Mika Brzezinski and Joe. That's one big indicator. Mainstream press people, very famous and rich, got a lot of clout in the DC circuit. They're so scared they go visit him because they don't want to be gone after. It's like all the other people calling him to congratulate him, going to visit him. They don't want to be gone after. They're scared, and I see it all over everyone. All these players. It's written all over their fucking face. It's pathetic to watch. People surrender so easily. But hey, it's the apocalypse, right? So again, then my second point was going to be when Joe initially pardoned his own son, which I don't blame him one bit. Don't let those sociopaths own the whole game, Joe. Do what you need to do, man. Got some bad shit coming ahead. And today, so before I had a chance to do that video, I see a headline, New York Times, because I have they send things directly to my email every day. Joe Biden considers blanket pardon for a bunch of people. Blanket pardons. Yeah. If you didn't see the writing on the wall before, I don't know how you could miss it now, because now it's in NeoN. The president of the United States is so worried that these Gestapo, this new regime that's coming in with, the biggest assembly of sociopaths in one room I've ever seen. He's considering blanket pardons. This is unprecedented in modern times. And it's not because Joe is crooked. That's my assessment. It's because he can see what's coming. I just wish you people would have taken it more seriously. Joe took it seriously enough, he ran. But while in office, I wish he would have taken it more seriously. I wish the whole Democratic Party, I wish top-level law enforcement, because now they're all running scared. Everyone's running scared. Do you notice that? Do you see the signs? Again, what Joe just did today is, it's a neon sign to the entire world. What's about to happen? What I've been telling you before the election. For 8 years, actually. The seriousness of this. People didn't get it, obviously. So now we have press scared going to kiss the ring, oligarch CEOs going to kiss the ring, asking how much it's going to cost them, etc., because they all know what it is. Here's the reason Donnie Shitbags never gave a blanket pardon to all those J6 people, Marge Green, Bobo, all his people. He could have gave a blanket to the whole cult. The evil liberals could have never touched any of them. Not that they really did anyway, except for the low-level peasants. Why didn't Donnie give a blanket pardon? Class that has heard me talk about Donnie Shitbags and what kind of human he is. What makes Donnie tick? Greed, sociopathy, sadism. So why didn't Donnie give the blanket pardon, class? Come on, I'm waiting. Because he wanted $2 million a pardon, that's why. He didn't care how cool you were with him. He didn't care if he was your friend. He didn't care if you were on the team. $2 million, son. You ain't got it, you ain't getting it. That's Donnie Shitbags. That's the only reason he didn't blanket pardon a whole shit ton of motherfuckers. He didn't have the money. Donnie don't do things for free. Never. Ever. If he has something of value, he sells that shit. Do you hear me? If he has something of value, he sells that shit. If you get my drift. So that's the only reason Donnie didn't do it. If you can't pay the bill, then, Donnie ain't just going to give you a pardon. Why would he do that? When he can grift off the process of pardoning people. That's Donnie. Anyway, Biden and the blanket pardon thing. I personally think Biden should do it. Don't let these sociopaths have easy access to everybody they want to go after as if this is the fucking Gestapo or something. Or the brown shirts or whatever. Which is all probably coming. That type of thing. Why do you think people are so scared? Why do you think blanket pardons are being discussed? Why do you think he pardoned his son? Why do you think Mika and Joe, as tough as they are, ran with their tails between their legs to kiss Donnie's ring because they're so scared they're going to get locked the fuck up? The neon writing is on the wall. And one more time, people, I've been telling you people this for 8 years. And so have so many other people. Have been trying to get the world to understand how serious this is. But what I realize now is it was unstoppable. Not for the reasons you think. That's how I know and knew what was going to happen. It's like it's supposed to happen. Or the people in charge are letting it happen. I don't know. Doesn't something feel off to you ever since he won? The abruptness of it? It really felt weird to me. I don't know what to think about it. Haven't you felt this new kind of spirit in the air again, like I said in the last video, since he won? It's like a switch was flipped. All right, everybody's got the go-ahead. We were emboldened before. We got a little, depressed for 4 years because our orange messiah got thrown out, got fired. But now the switch is flipped. Now it's full speed ahead. You know how I know that? Martial law in South Korea, that's how I know that. Blanket pardons being discussed. Reporters, oligarchs, CEO, all lining up, elbowing each other out of the way to kiss the ring. Over the years, I tried to tell people wanted to debate. They saw it as a game. Nick must have some agenda, right? Why is he saying why doesn't he agree with me? Why doesn't he like the con man I like? Because I'm a student of history, son. Not just that, student of the Bible as well. Hardcore. Which is also a type of history book in a lot of ways. Much other literature as well. People that most people would never even think about reading. They got more important things to do. Like text somebody or something. So I saw the cult thing developing all the way back in 2015, and I saw the weirdness. I felt the weirdness. I felt the wrongness. None of it felt right. There was no reason to take that entity seriously all of a sudden, except for a black man had just been president for 8 years. I guess people were madder about that than I realized. If they'd vote for a rapist, fraud, defamer, criminal, felon, convicted felon. That's how mad they are. And a black man was president for 8 years. That's how mad they get if there's, a Democrat in charge, God forbid, right? You're gonna wish a Democrat was in charge, son. All of you. Even the most hardcore rube. I bet you're gonna say to yourself, I wish I had Joe Biden back. It wasn't chaos when Biden was in there. Now the whole world's going to hell. So I guess the point of this video is, this is the real NeoN on the wall. Joe considering blanket pardons, and I would do it. You'd be stupid not to do it. You tried to do it the decorum way, the respectful way. You guys all let Donnie shitbag slide. Now everyone's scared. Doesn't make much sense. Because law enforcement had the chance to do something. They decided not to. Now everyone running around all scared. Blanket pardons being discussed. I don't understand. Where was the urgency then? You didn't think this could happen? I don't blame Joe Biden, because Joe Biden planned to run again. He didn't plan to, all of a sudden have a different candidate thrown out there 3 months before the election. He didn't know that was going to happen. He got thrown under the bus. I mean, Joe's not only a victim of Vlad and the GOP/Russian party. He's a victim of the Democratic Party as well. Unfortunately. And he didn't deserve any of that. None of it, not whatsoever, as abject criminals go around lying. Internet publishes it all day. Lying about his family, lying about whatever, any lie they could tell, whatever sticks to the walls. And as long as the ad money is given to the websites, they'll allow you to publish it. So that's what Joe had to deal with. He had to watch as they went after his son, put him in jail. The fortitude of this man. Most people, they wouldn't even understand it, let alone achieve it. I'm so impressed by him. It's a shame he'll be the last president. It's a shame. Because what's coming next ain't gonna be no presidency. It's gonna be a whole nother thing. So I guess I'll consider Crazy Joe the last president, and one of the most impressive men in politics I've ever fucking seen. And I never expected to say that about Joe Biden till I watched him this past 4 years. It's a shame. Anyway, like I've been saying for months and years now, I hope a few people out of the three of you take something away from this moment where Joe Biden is about to blanket pardon a bunch of people in fear of just ridiculous, illegitimate prosecutions, you know, for all the all-stars that, you know, the MAGA freaks wanted to go after for decades. We can all see where this is going. When you see these three things that I've laid out for you, they should tell you something. The seriousness of this moment. I'm not being dramatic here. I'm saying these things for a reason. I'm doing this for a reason. I don't make any money off this. This costs me money. Actually, I shouldn't even be doing it. Something is compelling me, though. I have a feeling what's about to take place has a lot to do with what I was talking about when I first got online, before most of you people even knew who I was. I didn't know that was going to happen. I'm afraid that's where it's going. I'm not going to go into much detail yet. It's not time yet. But I get nothing out of this. Absolutely fucking nothing. So if I'm saying this to you, I'm taking my time to say this to you after they've taken everything away from me. Criminals, mobsters, companies, thugs sent after me to kill me. That's not an exaggeration. I swear to you. Again, I get nothing out of telling you that. I don't make any money from telling you that. Called the FBI on me. Fake viewers, coordinated parody channels with all the same footage. Company working in conjunction with the fucking mob. Again, so if I'm here telling you this, it's for a reason. It's serious. It's not to debate you children. It's because for 8 fucking years, I keep waiting to see the thing that tells me this man is not who I think he is. You're wrong. You're an idiot. You shouldn't believe any of this stuff. Walk the fuck away. And then another thing happens. And another thing happens. And I'll go into detail when it's time to go into detail. Not yet. Then another thing happens. Another thing. That lines up. It's astounding. So listen, all 3 of you left, even the ones that hate me if they still watch. I say this stuff for your benefit. I get nothing out of it. I shouldn't even care about you. Take it seriously. Because I can't believe how well all this lines up. And how fast it's going. Yeah, a CEO just got shot in broad fucking daylight on a sidewalk the other day. A few months earlier, I said, do you want this country to turn into Russia? The switch has been flipped, is what I'm trying to say. It's an accelerated thing now. Donnie winning again has double enabled these crazies out there. To the point CEOs are getting capped on sidewalks. And I'm not so sure I believe it's some random guy just pissed off because he couldn't get health care or the healthcare company did something, shady to him. I'm not sure I'm buying that story right now. Not that there is a story right now. Just some inscriptions on some bullets. That wraps it all in a nice bow, right? Now we know what it's about. Well, maybe it's one of his rivals that wants you to think that's what it's about. Guy's a CEO. He's worth millions, I'm sure. Make a lot of enemies when you're worth millions or billions. Never know who could be coming after you. The mob may just want your money. Right, Google? And what you gonna do to stop them? Nothing. Not a damn thing. Just cry in court about it. Try and stop it from taking it from the next institution. That's all you can do. My point is, the neon is on the wall. These headlines I am seeing: martial law, blanket pardons, brown shirts, Gestapo, goose stepping. You think this is a joke? It's not. Again, I'm saying this stuff for a reason. I'm not just trying to make good television here. Of course, I try and make it a little entertaining, but, because this is some really dark shit, isn't it? I don't enjoy saying it again. One more time, the neon is on the wall. Blanket pardons are being discussed here. Do you get the message now? Do you get it? Do you get it? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. Don't just brush off what I say. Listen to it. It's for your benefit. Maybe you'll get some insight into things. Or maybe just one of you. I doubt it though, but maybe just one of you will say, you know what? I gotta turn the other way. Because everything this guy's saying keeps happening. I don't want it to happen. I'm not a prophet. I don't care. I'm not a fucking psychic. I don't want to be, never wanted to be. I have no interest in any of that bullshit. But the things I keep saying are going to happen and are happening keep happening. It's getting close to, it is scary time. Again, blanket pardons, neons on the wall. Pay attention. This is not normal stuff, man. We got a president and a one political party who's literally scared to death that the other party and then, is gonna, it's gonna be straight just, kangaroo court prosecutions going after anybody and everybody on a whim. If they're scared, the machine, the press, the government, if they're scared, and you can see it all over, if CEOs are scared, if oligarchs are scared, how do you think you should feel about it? I'm taking it real seriously, and I feel like I'm in a movie. I can't believe these things are happening. Everybody says these things are going to happen for centuries. They're going to happen. They're happening right now. They're going to happen. No, they're happening right now. Have a good night.